everybody? We are back. It is Tape Don't Lie's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite is everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. The subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course, pandasups.com. Discount code TDL for 25% off. And also make sure you hit up Homage. Get you some Raiders gear from Homage. Boom. There's the QR code. Make sure you hit that QR code. 15% off anything from Homage. You use this QR code. So make sure you guys go there. And also hit up the Tape Don't Lie store. All right. So if you catch the first part of the video for the first hour, it will be up here. And then YouTube will catch it. And then it will go away after they take it away. So YouTube loves it. Catch the video afterwards. They're like, oh, it's clear. And then it's like, oh, wait a second. No. You thought you could sneak past me with that one. So you got to be quick. You got to be quick with it, and maybe you'll catch that YouTube and you'll get it. But we're back today doing a TDL draft show, man. We're doing some draft show. We're doing Denzel Boston and Big Citrus. I put Dominique Citrus on here. Let me chase that. That sounds Dave.
I guess you're kind of all right because he's Big Citrus because his last name is Orange. But
yeah. Hilarious. Dominique
Orange. Just cut out the middleman.
Exactly. All right, so doing a little bit of those two guys here. People are like, "Oh, Denzel Boston might not be there," but I would. That's not. I don't know. We could talk about the left of the room. Maybe there's a free draft pick.
Who are you talking about?
I don't know. This is a draft pick in the first round. You never know, for that one. So I'm more excited for the draft than free agency. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm the same way, but I can't believe we got to talk about the big news of the day.
What's that? Oh, Geno Smith
released it. I was going to go Alex Kappa too.
Oh yeah, Alex Kappa got cut. Geno Smith got cut. I forgot. You know what? Honestly, I forgot.
It's like the two moves that I feel like you probably would have we've probably known were coming for a while since basically the end of the season. Like Geno moving on, I think especially Geno, and then Alex Kappa. Like part of me was like, well, he's only $5 million cap hit. You can't have too many veteran O-linemen, but with how he played last season, I'm not going to sit here and pound the table for Alex Kappa at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The two moves that I feel like we've just been really waiting for to happen again. It's like, all right, it's Friday. It's Friday before free agency. Finally time to pull the trigger.
Yeah. Then Geno with his little cheap tweet, like, God is good. Whatever, Doc. No.
I can't. I'm so mad. I'm mad at both of us for ever believing in Geno Smith.
I'm mad about it too.
I know. It should what should have been. But at the end of the day, that's what they needed to get the
At least we were right about Alex Kappa, man.
That's true.
Gotta take the wins. You take your wins and your losses. 1 for 1 on that one, right? We were definitely anti-Kappa. We were pro Geno Smith. You take your wins and losses. That's how I look at it.
500. We're in the baseball Hall of Fame.
You know what I mean? Well, yeah. Geno was just bad, bro. He just spirals. He's a head case. That's all Geno's problem is that he's a head case. Dude, he started throwing picks. He just couldn't never pick himself back up. That's really what it is. I mean,
it showed too towards the end, like him flipping off the fans and all that stuff, like his attitude and like all that. Like you said, he handled this very poorly.
Yeah, he's a head case.
Very immaturely. And then the tweet too, like it's like, dude, come on, man. Like,
oh, thank you for letting me go. And then he wants to go back to the Jets.
Yeah, I'm so glad I'm out of here. It's like, buddy, like, I don't know how many other teams we're going to sign up to give you that kind of money, but all right. Best of luck to you.
We'll see, man. Maybe he'll turn it around. All right. So let's talk about the draft here. Doing Denzel Boston and Dominique Orange, who was one of my favorite guys at the combine because he was just so confident. Definitely one of the most confident guys I ever see at the combine. So what were your thoughts on Dominique Orange?
Yeah, so he to me is more of like a 3rd round target. I think when we talked about it last time, I mentioned it's Caden McDonald, Lee Hunter, and then Christian Miller as far as like the top nose tackles. I'd put Dominique Orange as like the 4th guy behind those two, but I think he's definitely a tier lower. A big part of it is I think he's solid against combo blocks and double teams and whatnot, but he's a little bit more inconsistent. Like whereas those guys, like they can destroy him and make plays off of him. You know, like we'll see a couple clips here where he does a decent job against him, but for the most part, he's a guy that I think you can trust to stay in his gap, and he's not going to get pushed off the block too bad against combos and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to expect him to make a ton of plays off of them or anything like that. Whereas that's why we're talking about those other three in a different category. That being said, I do think he has like a little bit of pass rush potential. This past year wasn't as impressive for him as a pass rusher. To put it in perspective, PFF had him with just 13 pressures. And the year before, he had 17, which obviously is only 4 more. But he also, the difference in pass rush reps was 317 this past year and 176 the year before.
Oh, wow.
So the year before was more, it's the rate was obviously significantly higher. Obviously, you want to dive into why he wasn't as quite as effective, but I do think he has like a little bit of movement skills where you can maybe get something out of him on third downs. But more than anything, he's another one of these guys that you leave him one-on-one, he's gonna reset the line of scrimmage and blow guys up and blow centers up. It can create havoc in the backfield, and on top of it too, if you can get anything out of him on passing downs, like that's just an added bonus. And has a little bit of athleticism, a little bit of movement skills to him that I like to help against like outside runs and that kind of stuff. So definitely right now more of a 2-down player, but I think you have a little bit of athletic upside to him too.
Okay, all right, yeah. His film was super interesting just because I always felt like that he was just getting quadruple teamed out there, and he's kind of just set up to kind of lose in that type of situation just because he was like the best player and he had a really good junior year, and he just couldn't match it this year because it's just the way that his teams were attacking him. He just didn't have as much help around him as he did the year before, and I think that was a big factor with him. But yeah, I mean, you can see there's some talent there, but it's definitely like a late day 2 guy at least, right? I mean,
at best, you mean? Yeah,
at the best, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the same way I felt about him too. So Denzel Boston he's one of my favorite wide receivers in this draft, right? And a lot of people get mad at me because I have Marcus Golden in front of T-Mac, but I still was pretty high on T-Mac. T-Mac was 2, he was 3. But I'm really high on Boston, right? Rob Boston is my wide receiver 3. He is, I think he came in at 6'4" at the combine, I believe. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. Probably 6'3". Probably 6'3", I bet, at the combine. But what I like about Boston is that, one, he's great against press coverage. Right, I think that's one thing that you notice. He is hard to press. He is a tough guy. He's tough. He's physical. He's a big dude. He's 6'4", 212 pounds, 35-inch vertical leap, pretty good. That shuttle, 20-yard shuttle, you kind of see that he's not the most agile guy. If you look at that 20-yard shuttle, I don't know why he ran that. Like, why'd you? He's pretty fast on film. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna show it to you. I think he runs a 4.4. He looks pretty fast on film. Like, he doesn't look like a 4.5 guy on film. Like, Carnell Tate, he looks faster than Carnell Tate on film. Now, I like I said, I could be wrong, and it could be a 4.5 or something like that. But he looks faster than Tate on film. He's explosive. Like, there's explosiveness to him. I'm pretty much in shock. I don't know why he'd run a shuttle. From watching this film, and if I was his agent, I would never let him run the 20-yard shuttle. He's crazy. Because I'm going to show you like some comebacks and stuff like that. There is some stiffness. It's the usual stiffness you get with those bigger guys, right? Yeah, right. But I think there is a little bit where he can win deep, right? He win deeps really well. He tracks the ball in the air really well, catches the ball really well. And a lot of those things are there. And he's even when he doesn't run the best slant route, he could box you out because he has a size. So he's going to box you out, catch the ball. He knows how to use his size to win. And there's a lot of yak ability too, right? So I think there's a lot of talent to him that makes him, probably maybe a later first round pick. Like part of the reason why I'm doing him is because of the 7 offensive tackles that Dan Jeremiah said. I mean, there's just 7 offensive tackles going. One of these dudes is falling. I mean, you see these linebackers, these wide receivers. I don't know. Maybe somebody likes. I know Mekhi Levitt has some crazy.
Those eyes.
Yeah.
Staring into my soul.
It was so hilarious, man. At the combine, I was like, "Why does he look like?" But anyways, different story. Uh, with those 7 tackles going, like somebody's falling. It's either going to be
Yeah.
Concepcion, it's going to be Cooper that we did at the other show. It's going to be Boston because I think I don't know how they feel about it now, but the league was a little higher on Lemon than they were on Boston. So we'll see how this goes overall with these guys. But man, he does have a chance. I mean, just because you can say maybe the stiffness, the production's not as there, right? I mean, like T Mac had like 1,400 yards and stuff like that. He was like a high level production. Boston really doesn't have that production with it. So maybe he can get, kind of lost in the sauce a little bit. But I think he has a lot of talent, man. It's just a player that you really like.
Yeah. I'm excited to see your breakdown on him because I know about him. I've seen him a little bit, but I haven't dove into his game that much. I haven't paid that much attention to the receivers as a whole. So every time you do a wideout breakout, I'm a little excited. But,
Yeah.
I mean, as far as you were talking about the pure size and ability to win down the field, I think is very intriguing, especially if the Raiders don't sign a wideout in free agency here on Monday or Wednesday.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's just
get it's Matthew Golden. Marcus Golden was the pass rusher for the Cardinals and Steelers. I was like, when you said that, I'm like, I know that's not right, but I couldn't think it was first name or second.
I did it so smooth that with that. All right, let's do Denzel Boston here, man. I start off with basically just what I think he should be used like in the NFL. So I really like in some of these instances where he's kind of just lined up in condensed set where he doesn't have to get any press, right? Especially with a lot of the zone coverage you're getting, especially you got quarters up here. It looks like they're actually kind of sending the blitz. Right? Ends up being cover 2 here, but you can get him inside here where he could be physical, catch this football, and then boom, break one tackle, break another. I'm talking about the yak here. The yak ability is there. So you see, give him the free release. I like also when you kind of see it. I mean, there's a little nuance. He kind of has a slow release here with the play action. So this is why I like him. This is what I saw. These guys in pro offense. This is that type of stuff you see, and you gotta love it. You like that.
Yeah, Jed Fish with the NFL background helps.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's another one. He's getting a free release on this one, and like I said, another one where he's kind of setting it up. And then you kind of just see the ability to just kind of have the little nuance in there a little bit. So he's not getting away the linebacker here. Boom, right there. And then quarterback finds him, makes a good catch. And then he's a little tough to break down. But, I mean, it's a good tackle right there by Illinois. I think that's, what's that, safety number 10?
Yeah, I think it's Rutgers, though, but yeah.
Oh, it is Rutgers, huh? wrong school.
You're good.
Back to Illinois.
There we go.
All right. So here's another one. Now this one I just want to kind of show a little bit of his stiffness on this one. He ends up catching this football, but you're going to see it. Just how he is not just that ability to stop. You see, there's a lot of steps.
Yeah,
right there.
I feel like that's why he's so good on the drag routes too, right? He doesn't have to change direction, but he can just get into his gear. He can get in second gear,
Right there, boom. It's not as easy for him to sit down. And when in the Oregon game, he had a little bit of issue with that. Just some of the concepts they were calling with it because he didn't play as much zone. But then you see here, just ability to get up the field quickly. He's hard to take down. You get him in space, man. He can get explosive. So he does have some stiffness to him there, but against zone coverage and things like that, you can make it work. And I do think he's good against press. I'll show that later on here. All right, so here's another one. Him against sticks. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Just quick throw, get the ball in his hands, little RPO right here. And he just gets upfield, man. Got some explosiveness to him a little bit. And this is an NFL RPO. This is not even a college one. This is what I think
John Green.
Yeah, John Green used to do this one all the time. The RPO sticks here. Derek Carr. It's a normal one in there, man. All right, and then next one here. Now this one I'm talking about him against press coverage, which I really like. I mean, the guy ends up blitzing here, but you can just kind of see the release a little bit, and we'll get into a little bit more in a second. But right there, and you can just get across the field there and just win.
Yeah. That speed is real easy to see on those drag routes.
Yeah, it's
kicks
just
into second gear.
yeah. This is why it didn't make any sense why he didn't run a 40. Because if he hits a 4.4, man, we're not. I don't probably even do this video. You know what I mean?
He did the shuttle, but not the 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe he's not like a track guy or something.
Yeah, he did a 4.24 shuttle, man. That's not good.
That's weird.
Really weird.
He must not be a track guy then, I bet.
Maybe. All right, so here's one against press coverage here a little bit. Not really full on press. The guy's getting his hands on him. He's running a slant. They kind of have a good design here where they're kind of making this corner.
Pick.
Yeah, nice little pick design there. They run it really well. But even see what this guy does catch up to him. You can see how he uses his body to catch his football. He's just so big. He's too big. So like that slant is always going to be there for him, I think. And he has great hands. You gotta see from this side. Just big body guy. Like look at this little corner on his back, man. He's gonna catch that football. He's gonna make it work there. All right. Another rep against Illinois here. Now, this is another thing I like too. Is kind of these NFL looks where he's doing, where this is what you see in the NFL. I mean, even Clint Kubiak does things like this, where he lines the wide receiver up in this area right here, and then has them release through the C gap right there. And you can even see it. I mean, this is some NFL play action type of stuff right here. You can see how he looks like he's gonna go block, right? Holds it up, boom, and explodes. Boom, catch that football, breaks a tackle in open field, good balance.
Nice play.
Good stuff field. So I mean, yeah, when I watch this, I was really hoping that he falls to 36, or if they do get something for Max, man, this is my dude right here. Because he's doing everything Kubiak does, a lot of ways that like I'm imagining this is how Kubiak would use him. That's how when I watch this, kind of the same thing on this one too. You can score a touchdown on this one. So go back a little bit here. Watch him in the motion here, and he gets right there, and he releases to the C gap on a crosser. They kind of do like double crossers here. And what I like too I like how he understands what's happening around him, because you're going to see number 5 kind of make an adjustment here, but he slows down. Right, because there's a good chance these guys could run into each other if he doesn't slow down. If he's just running a route and just running out there with his head, not looking, he does a good job of understanding that, anticipating it, kind of slow releasing it, and then exploding. He gets wide open for a touchdown, and that's way more nuanced than you think it is, right? Because he is already beating this guy in this area, right? He's running across, or he has to slow down here. I like that he saw that. He allowed that guy to pass him and then exploded through it. All right, next one here. This one's a little different. It's more of a scramble drill on this one. But you kind of just see his balance, his ability to catch the ball right here, keep his feet inside. Nice catch right there. Boom. I like that. Kind of see it from the backside on this one. All right, so let's get to the fun stuff. Let's get to the fun stuff here. So this is some good stuff on this one. Boom. You kind of just talk about him beating press coverage here on this one right here. Boom. See a good release there, and then you see him be able to high point this football. And like I said, this ball's a little underthrown. He just makes that great catch right there. Boom. Let's watch it one more time, man. This is what I like. I know he could beat press coverage, right? Get physical at the top of the route. Boom. And I saw Mendoza throw that same throw to Elijah Surratt. So I was excited about seeing this right there. Boom. Nice little play right there. Boom. Nice. All right, here we go. There's another one. Ooh. I really like this release right here too. Just and I like this because this is a speed release. This is
Yeah.
nothing. This is not trying to do anything crazy. So just I'm saying he has different release packages too. Just straight speed release, and he's running past this guy. He doesn't get the ball, but he's running past him. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I think he should have ran the 40. I don't know. I don't know, Matt. I feel like he should
Yeah.
have ran the 40.
No, he's definitely got some speed to burn for sure.
Yeah, man.
Overall.
All right, here we go. And then just one more here. What I like about this one is that see it's him exploding. This one, this is another one, him high pointing the football. So you see him high point the football. This is something about him having that ability just to here, boom, high point this football. Gets you right over that safety. Easy. And then this is the last one, I believe. And this one, him is just him just playing the football in the air, doing a good job tracking it. Understanding this ball's super underthrown here. Nothing fancy, just toss that guy. Touchdown. Rock the baby. So yeah. I mean, yeah, that's basically Denzel Boston. I think he's a good player. I think there's a lot of upside to it. And I think there's a lot to like about him and a lot he could do pretty well. And I think just the ability to high point the football. I think he's really good against press. I think he's faster than people think he is. And I think there's a lot to like about him. But there is a chance, just because, like I said, he doesn't have the production of some of these other guys. He didn't have the biggest games in against like high level competition, like against Oregon and stuff like that. He did have 2 touchdowns against Oregon, but he only had 25 yards. And he kind of slowed down against better competition, you would say. So there is a chance, in my opinion, that he is there.
He's there at 36. Yeah. I mean, I think there's definitely an option for sure. I was curious too, because you kind of pointed it out, like if there are some similarities between the offense he was running and what Clint Kubiak likes to run. So I looked up Jedd Fisch's background. He was I didn't realize this. He was on Mike Shanahan's staff in Denver for a year, and then worked with Sean McVay for a couple of years with the Rams. So definitely should have some familiarity with the offense, or at least some of the concepts and stuff like that, and some examples. So there's probably a little bit of a connection there too. I know it's not a direct connection between the Kubiaks and Jedd Fisch, but I think they're connected enough where they could probably get in touch with each other to pick his college head coach's brain on him a little bit. So
yeah, and then and also they'll have a little bit of vision to how to use him, because I think that Fisch did a good job of making sure he's in those type of routes and stuff like that, where he's not running a bunch of comebacks, because he did have that problem against Oregon a little bit, but it was all right.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Definitely can see a little bit of the stiffness and like the tall receiver kind of like issues that you have with him. Like he's not breaking any narratives or anything, like breaking any stereotypes from being a tall receiver for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Can run down the field, like you said.
Yeah, it's fine with me. I'm sure he can catch a back shoulder. I'm looking for back shoulder guys right now. Yeah. All right, let's get into some big citrus.
Sounds good. All right, I'm going to start with a few of the pass rush clips. Some of these can be from last year, so close your eyes, Marcus. We got a little ASU hate on this one. But one of the things that I like about that Big Citrus can do is he does a pretty good job, or at least last year he did, of keeping his hands in tight. And like you'll see on this one, he's got pretty good pad level here at the point of contact. Like obviously gets his helmet under this guard's chin, and then just keeps his feet moving through contact. Not the cleanest wind in the world, obviously.
Yeah,
but does enough to work the hands and keep his feet moving to come to finish with the sack. I think that was the one sack he had last year, or at least the last 2 years. So, but yeah. All right, this one obviously balls out pretty quick here, but you can see a little bit of the power he has.
Yeah.
I think this guard gets some air on this one. Boom. And on top of it, right, ends up getting involved in getting the coverage stop on the same play with the right tackle there, getting the
catch.
Yeah. Really more than anything with these clips, just trying to show you guys a little bit of what he could do. Similar to the one we just saw a couple clips ago against ASU. Just the same thing. Like does a great job of keeping his hands in tight. Like you'll see this guard's having to reset his hands. Good pad level too. It helps that he's quote unquote only 6'2", as a defensive tackle, so has some natural leverage to him. Also has like 33 3/8, I think, if I remember correctly, inch arms. So
yeah, he has long arms.
Yeah, he's got some long arms to be able to work with. You can see on that one, ends up being incomplete. The other underrated part about his game is I think he's pretty good at reading screens. Like you'll see here against Utah, like he's not fooled at all on this one. Like once he gets this like soft little pass set from the center, he kind of recognizes it. I think he probably even took a peek in the backfield, saw the running back leaking out. He ends up getting a TFL on this one just because of his instincts.
Yeah.
Which if I can get that on my nose tackle, I'm pretty happy. Now this next one, I'm pretty confident this was just like a call where he drops as a spy. And the reason is I have a personal experience with this, and I'll share that story. I'll share that story once we wrap up here. But I'll put it this way. I understand 20's pain right here. This is a great play where he just drops in coverage and kaboom.
Good boy.
Get a PBU.
Wow.
You look at the stat sheet, got the PBU. Big nose.
Damn. We're right.
This is going to be a little bit more of what you're paying the guy to do, or what you're drafting him to do against Utah here. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, where like you leave him solo blocked, like just that pad level off the line. Like you see this night. See if I can slow this down perfectly. Nice tight hands. You can watch the center is just grabbing for anything at cloth, and he gets plenty of penetration in the backfield. The one thing I would like to, little minor critique here that I'd like to say on him for this rep, is he does narrow his base pretty well, which is I think part of the reason why we probably don't see him make a ton of like plays against those combo blocks, like I was talking about earlier. And I would like to see him at some point, like right here. Hey, we've gotten 2 yards of penetration. I don't need you to keep going up the field. Let's sink your hips, and then maybe you can be able to escape off this block, especially with those long arms that you have, and you can make this TFL. Now, in Dominique Orange's defense a little bit, he does a hell of a job. What's up?
I was like, what does 23 do it?
Took the words right out of my mouth. But for Dominique Orange, like he's doing his job. Like he's cut the field in half, and I don't know, 23, we got to get this guy a nap because he doesn't know where the fuck he is on the field. Like, brother, I think I need you here. Thank God this safety came in and filled in. But yeah, I don't know what 23 is doing here, my guy.
Yeah,
this should be 23. He should be getting the TFL, getting all the girls like to notice him, and all because of Dominique Orange's work. And he just blew it, and it ends up being a 5-yard gain. And also, quarterback thought he was going to score.
That's what. Yeah, I mean, it looked that way for a second.
Yeah,
good job by the safety. Like, that's a great play by the safety.
The safety saved the day there on that one. That's for sure. This one's actually a combo block, so get a little bit of what he can do. This is probably one of his better ones. Much better job of, you can see, like just maintaining this base. Even so, probably like to see him bend the knees a little bit more on a rep like this. But hey, I think that's Logan Jones, if I'm remembering the name correctly. The Iowa center who's going to get drafted this year too. Now Iowa ends up keeping this, so it ends up not going down as anything. But like you can see, just blows up the center, ruins this double team here with the for Iowa, and had this been just a straight counter play. He's in a perfect spot to get a TFL. It's just a read option.
Yeah,
and Iowa ends up getting a big gain on it. Going back to that Big 12 championship from last season, this is the other thing I like about his game. Is he can move a little bit laterally, and he has good block recognition. So like you'll see Arizona State, they're going to run a little outside zone concept, the whole line's reach blocking, and he recognizes it immediately, gets his hands on the center, and then just runs his feet. And when 33 here does a great job blitzing and cutting the field in half, Orange picks up on it and uses that to his advantage to get off the block. This time the linebacker helps out the nose tackle, little roll reversal here. And he ends up getting the TFL. Orange ends up getting the TFL. But that doesn't happen unless he recognizes the blocking scheme and then runs his feet.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he needs to do more, is this type of stuff, shedding, man. That's a great play right here.
Use those long arms, be a little more violent with the hands for sure. It's a great rep. I mean, great pad level. Like, boom. You don't even see his helmet on this one. He just stands that dude up. I like this too. Like, you can see, shows color on the I guess weak side A gap here, and then when the running back crosses his face, now he's crossing the center's face. Running back cuts back again. Now he uses a hump move, and just get rid of that block. Go get involved in that tackle. That's good nose tackle play right there.
Yeah.
You see this one, like he gets he loses initially because Jones like just kind of gets off the ball as a center pretty good, and on this it's like outside or mid zone concept here from Iowa. Like he does get his shoulders turned, but he recovers well. It's just because of his strength, just his pure upper body strength on this one, and ends up making the tackle with Jones hanging on him. Yeah, this is probably one of the better examples of just his pure upper body strength.
Yeah.
And on top of it too, might not escape, but I'm at least getting my arm on that running back and getting involved in that tackle. This Iowa game was really good for him, which again, they won the Joe Moore Award, so
yeah,
good game to have a good game.
That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, same kind of thing. Basically, almost the same clip we just watched. Just win at the point of attack, great leverage again. Would like to see a little bit more extension, like with his upper body strength and his long arms. But hey, at the end of the day, he still gets off the block and makes the tackle.
Yeah,
it's like that. One more time here too. I mean, it's another example of just him being able to play reach blocks.
Yeah,
recognizes it, runs his feet, ends up beating Jones across his face, and I think he gets the stop here. Yeah, ref, give it to him. Nice on that third down stop. I love this play because this was the first play of the game against BYU. And I don't think BYU ran up the middle or even tried to run up the middle ever.
I remember this play. I watched this play.
Like this is again just dominating at the point of attack, beating solo blocks.
Yeah.
Show color on this side. We're gonna cut the field in half. I mean, give the center credit for half a tackle on this one because he's the one who trips him up. Linebackers just go clean it up too. And again, I don't think BYU even bothered running up the middle for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
When he was in there.
I'm dying at him celebrating just for blowing up to blow. He needs to make the tackle. He's celebrating.
Like, hey man, he deserves it. He knows his job.
He knows he did that. He knows he made that play.
That's me. He's like, the camera got to know that the nose tackle made that play. On this one, I like it again. Going back to it a little bit too. Like I've shown him, beating reach blocks with his feet. This time he does get reach. So the center does a good job of like swiveling his hips to seal him. But he just uses this little swim move, which I think he has as a little change up here to get off the block. And I mean, he still makes the TFL.
Yeah, it's a great play right there.
So tough guy to block 1-on-1 again. I think we're going to get another swim move here out in Ireland against Kansas State. Let's see. Yeah. Nice little change of pace for him. He's definitely, again, more a guy that's going to take on blocks more often, but like you can see that he has this in his bag. Lined up as a shade nose, looks like he's slanting into that B gap. Nice little arm over, make that guard miss. Ends up splitting a combo block here, so maybe a little better against combos than I gave him credit for in the intro.
Yeah.
But again, same thing. Just beats the block, flattens it down the line, and makes the tackle.
Exactly.
I think another one. Oh yeah, this one was more of a line game too. A little run stunt. It looks like I think a little, the slant the end inside.
Yeah,
you see a little bit of the lateral movement skills to be able to make plays like that and execute those assignments. So again, got a few changeups, got a few curveballs he can throw at you. You see him here at the 3 technique. I like this play too because again, this is not going to be like if the Raiders are drafting and they're drafting to play on the nose.
Yeah,
but hey. As a change of pace, you might be able to put him at some 3 technique every now and again if need be. What I like about this clip too, like you'll see him on this little counter run, like this tackle gets caught. He just catches this tackle leaning. Nice little hump move. Use momentum against him, and then on that QB counter, a great spot to go get a tackle for loss. I think this was 3rd and 1, so
yeah, nice
clutch play to keep the defense on or get the defense a chance to get off the field on 4th down. This was a little bit more of a change of pace. Again, it's hard to make an impact on this rep. I think he's going to be slanting. Oh no, he's just on the. He's going to end up taking on the guard here. But again, just another curveball that he has, little rip move to get some penetration. And what I like about this too, like he gets the penetration, he gets in the backfield, and he retraces well to get involved in the tackle.
Yeah.
Like obviously, if 47 here doesn't slow up the running back, obviously Orange isn't going to make that tackle.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's able to just beat this guard so badly that he can, on top of it, get back into the play and retrace his steps, just kind of speaks to how dominant he can be against the run. All right, we'll end with a couple combo blocks here. And this is what you're talking about with him just basically getting like triple teams.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
a little tight front here, which makes things a little more difficult. I think the short yardage situation, but you can see like he just beats the center in front of him. Like never lets the guard like be able to get like a clean block on him too.
Yeah.
And ends up just running people over on the way to the running back.
Yeah, handling people.
Yeah, for sure. One more. I will say he gets a little help on this one because they walk the linebacker up towards the line of scrimmage, and so the center, it's not a true combo block. The center just kind of gives that post arm. But again, just trusting your technique and just playing it properly by attacking the center. Sometimes that's the easiest way to just beat the double. Like this guard never has a chance, and he ends up splitting it and getting a TFL out of it.
Yeah.
But again, those plays are a little bit more rare on tape. I don't think he's quite on the level of Lee Hunter or Cade McDonald to be able to make those plays consistently off of combos and double teams, but plenty of traits to work with. Again, can fill those that 2-down role that I think the Raiders need, especially if they're going to be moving on to the 3-4 and playing that true 4-0 technique. I think Dominique Orange can execute those assignments for you and be a good target if you miss out on those first three and want to go after someone in more of the third round, or you're talking about getting the Denzel Boston in the second. Maybe you wait on the nose tackle and get Dominique Orange in the third versus any of those first three.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, when it's one-on-one with him and a center, it's really going to be a tough day for those guys. It is. When it's playing a run, it's going to be a tough day. I mean, Logan Jones is a pretty good damn player. I watched some of his film. Yeah, he had a rough day that day. But that's what kind of shows how strong he is when he gets one-on-one. It was just when you show those last couple plays, you could tell like by mid-season, even this year, they were just like Cincinnati. They didn't care about the other. If you're gonna do three guys, we're gonna block them with our two tackles, and we're gonna go like this. We're gonna just see what your linebackers do, and they got their butts kicked. Yeah. And Sorsby's run all over them. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what happened because Iowa State didn't have like the studs, and we saw what 23 was doing. You saw it.
Yeah. I think I mean, to his credit, like he didn't have Jacob Rodriguez back there who has great instincts and could take advantage of being unblocked to be able to do it. There wasn't a guy that I think they respected on the second level in Iowa State's defense enough to be able for him to be able to thrive in that role. So that's why you saw him getting double and triple teamed so frequently last year and why his production dipped.
Yeah. And I can see why he thinks he's a three technique because he thinks he's a three tech. I can see it.
I mean, he did it a little bit, but I think you guys saw it. I think where he's at his best is at nose. It is funny though. I can see a little like of the Keanu Benton, who I remember telling you about like before. Keanu Benton was kind of the similar like at the combine. He's like, oh, I can play three tech. The difference was Benton proved that at the Senior Bowl, and I think Orange backed out of it last minute. So.
Yeah, they did too. Yeah. All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We're out of here. We'll be back talking free agency, man. I don't know. Maybe some big free agency. Maybe Max Crosby gets traded. We have to do it live. I don't know. We'll see. We'll be back, guys. But make sure you check that out. If you're watching this, you probably need to go watch Friday Night Live. We're doing another 4-round mock draft. So check that out. But we are out of here, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Peace.